Alright boys, welcome back once again to another video. How you guys doing? Guys, today we're going to be going over how to get the Sleeper Simulant Exotic Linear Fusion Rifle within Destiny 2. Now, there's a few reasons I'm making this video. Number one, the Sleeper Simulant is accessible to all Destiny players, so you might as well get it. You do not need any of the DLCs nor the Season Passes to get access to this weapon, so if you don't have it, might as well pick it up. And number two, the Sleeper Simulant is going to be going away whenever Beyond Light comes out, or at least the traditional way of unlocking it, as Mars is the destination that this quest is based on, and Mars will be getting put in the vault in exchange for Cosmodrome and Europa, those two destinations whenever they come in Beyond Light. It may be a bit harder to get the Sleeper Simulant after Beyond Light comes out, so you might as well go ahead and get it, as this quest is pretty easy, and that's what I'm going to be going over in today's video. Now, for those guys that are unfamiliar with the Sleeper Simulant, this weapon dates all the way back to Destiny 1, and is essentially a charging red laser cannon of death that bounces off walls and kind of dilutes into other lasers and does the thing and the stuff. It does damage, penetrates enemies, and it's a pretty decent weapon overall. So, to get your hands on this weapon, you need to do the data recovery questline, which you will find on Mars from Anna Bray. If you're a new Light player, you may have to do a bit of a side quest to get yourself accustomed to Mars, and then after that, the data recovery questline should show up for you, and it basically involves you doing a pretty straightforward mission, which upon completion, you will then have to do the second step, which is going to Rasputin, and upon doing this, he will give you an Ikelos hand cannon, as well as the quest step, Visit Anna. Whenever you go back to Anna, you will get the quest, The Machine's Gun, and you will also get the quest, Nascent Dawn 1 out of 5. Now, the Machine's Gun is the Sleeper Simulant quest, and the first thing it's going to ask you to do is to defeat Hive and Cabal on Mars, and you have to have an Ikelos weapon equipped and kill them with precision shots. Keep in mind that it says only equipped. You do not need to kill any Hive and Cabal with an Ikelos weapon, meaning that you can just equip the hand cannon that Rasputin gave you and use any other weapon to get these headshots. Now, for me personally, I ended up using the Ikelos SMG, which you can get from the Umbral Engrams this season, as it's one of the best SMGs in the game, and it still counts as an Ikelos weapon, and I just use this to get all of my headshots. There is a Hive-specific Lost Sector in the northern part of Mars, and there is a Cabal-specific Lost Sector in the southern part of Mars. You could either do that or Escalation Protocol or anything like that. Just make sure that you get these headshots, and you will get done with this in no time. After doing this, you will then be met with the next quest step that says defeat powerful enemies with an Ikelos weapon equipped. If you don't know what a powerful enemy is, it's pretty much any bad guy that has a yellow health bar. The easiest way to farm these guys out is by going to the Leviathan, which can be found in the Nessus orbit. Once you go to the Leviathan, there is going to be a bunch of Cabal guards. Every single one of them has a yellow health bar, and you just kill them and then leave and then come back and then kill them and then leave and then come back and then kill them, you know what I'm saying? So just do this a few different times and you will then have all of your powerful enemies killed. After this, you will then be told that you need to complete strikes. So just do strikes. Make sure you have an Ikelos weapon equipped as per usual, and just do 5 strikes in the strike playlist. After this quest step, you are then met with one that actually requires a little bit of thinking. And by a little bit of thinking, I mean not really that much, it's just kind of annoying. So you're going to be told to do 3 levels of Escalation Protocol and get 15 Sleeper nodes. Now the Escalation Protocol, you don't have to fully complete it 3 times, just simply do 3 waves of Escalation Protocol or 3 levels, and you will then get this part done. As for the Sleeper nodes, you are going to need a material known as Resonant Stem to pull this off. How do you get Resonant Stem? You get it from doing pretty much anything on Mars, whether that be a patrol mission, Escalation Protocol, doing a Lost Sector, anything like that. You just basically do anything on Mars and you're going to get these bad boys in your inventory. If you are not getting these in your inventory like I was, then you may have to progress the Nascent Dawn questline, which is actually a separate exotic questline, but it's basically going to tell you to do 3 patrols, then do a Lost Sector, and then upload a memory, and then you're pretty much done. Basically, the beginning of the Nascent Dawn questline kind of introduces you to Resonant Stems via patrols and Lost Sectors and stuff, so you may have to do that before these start dropping for you. But after you get those few steps done to that quest line, Resonant Stems should start dropping for you, and an easy way to farm them is just do the Lost Sectors like I was talking about earlier. There's one on the north side of Mars and one on the south side. Just farm those and you will get Resonant Stems like crazy. You are going to need 60 of them to complete this part of the quest, as you're going to need to use these Resonant Stems, use 4 of them, and craft them into a override frequency, which will then give you a description as to where you need to go to find a sleeper node. Now, these can be completely random, meaning that you could get the two same sleeper nodes back to back when using these override frequencies. Now, you'll notice that these messages can be a little bit cryptic as to where you need to go, and especially as a newer player, you may not know exactly what it's going to be talking about. So I left a link in the description to an article from Shack News, which basically has every single possible location that you will be able to easily find in this article for you to get this quest step done. Just pull it up on your phone and just keep it on your desk or keep it close to you and just scroll through this article a few times, find the part that you need, and it shows you the exact location of the sleeper node that it's talking about in the override frequency. You will do this 15 times and then you will be met with the final quest step, which is basically going to ask you to do the Will of the Thousand strike with an Ikelos weapon equipped. Make sure that you go to the specific location that is shown on your map instead of just loading into it via the regular strike playlist or anything like that. After you do the strike with an Ikelos weapon equipped, you will then be given the Sleeper Simulant Exotic Linear Fusion Rifle. Now, if you want to get the Sleeper Simulant Catalyst, which is basically going to allow you to speed up your charge time, increase your ammo reserves, and everything like that, you're going to have to do quite a bit of stuff. First off, you're going to have to get the drop from the Leviathan Spire of Stars raid layer. Any of the encounters that you end up doing will give you a chance to get the catalyst, and after you get the catalyst, you are going to have to do the following: defeat 1,000 enemies with an Ikelos SG, defeat 1,000 enemies with an Ikelos SR, which is sniper rifle, defeat 2,000 enemies with the Ikelos SMG, loot the Oracle chest in the Heroic Whisper mission, which I already made a guide on, and defeat 500 enemies using the Sleeper Simulant. Do note that the first three objectives don't require you to kill any enemies with the Ikelos weapons, they simply have to be equipped. So if you would like to go through the headache of getting the catalyst, that is how you get the catalyst. For me personally, I'm probably not gonna do it because there's better weapons than the Sleeper Simulant, but who knows, the Sleeper Simulant might be getting buffed later on in the future, and it's always a good thing to go ahead and get your hands on these weapons, and sometimes even the catalyst as well. But guys, that's pretty much it for the Sleeper Simulant questline. It is a pretty straightforward thing, just the sleeper nodes could kind of trip people up and they may not know what they're doing, or how to get resonant stems, or how that whole system works. That's pretty much the only confusing part of this questline, but everything else is pretty straightforward, and you get a pretty badass gun by the end of it. I wanted to make this guide for all the boyos out there that do not have this weapon leading into Beyond Light, or you may be a free-to-play player and you want to get yourself a new exotic, and this one is a prime candidate for you. But guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below, and I'll see you all next time.